say a low part of Nepal, I guess. So Bihar and Nepal, that part. So it's called the Mithila region. So it's also known as the Mithila painting over there. Right. Okay, so I'll just brief you a little bit about the history, that it's a 2,500-year-old folk art. Its origins are known to be in Ramayana, when King Janaka asked an artist to capture his daughter Sita's wedding to Prince Ram. So the main theme of most of Madhubani painting is about Ramayana and the events, regular events at that point of time. However, it was not known to people for a very long time. And only in 1934, it was in the Madhubani district that this colonial officer, British G. Archer, actually went, because there was an earthquake over there, to inspect, like what is the situation at that point of time. It's only then when he saw the broken houses and he peeped into those interior walls and things like that, that's when he discovered that, okay, this form of art also exists, or got it out to the people, I would say, like a rediscovery of Madhubani painting. Right. Any questions on that? Okay, I guess no. So let's go to the features of Madhubani painting. That usually Madhubani painting is generally, if you see, even in, can you see the picture on the right?
Yes.
You can see the picture on the right. So if you see those pictures, these are very bright colors. They don't use subtle colors. They use really bright red, blue, green. The ones that really catch your eye. So they use bright colors. And how these colors are made is from natural dyes. So natural dyes, okay. Now we're going to be using paints, but at that point of time, or even today at that area in the Mithila region, they actually do it with natural color. Right? So black could be extracted from charcoal or soot, yellow from turmeric, red from sandalwood, and blue from indigo. And one very important feature here is that it's categorized by, the figures are categorized by like prominently outlined, bulging fish-like eyes and pointed nose and things like that. So, you'd see that kind of a thing. Over here, the eyes are not like this, but I'll soon show you the one that I'm doing right now. The eyes are like really fish-like. It's really long. So that's like a very prominent feature of Madhubani painting. Yeah. So a couple of more things, that there are rarely any blank spaces in the painting. So when you're painting, even the background is painted. So the background, like over here, we can see it's black. In the previous one, we can see it is, like a little, I would say, yellow touch to it, yellow tone to it. So it's never like blank. There's never blank spaces in there. And the borders, if there are any borders, here there is. It's really embellished with designs and things like that. And geometric patterns over here basically symbolizes love, valor, devotion, fertility, prosperity in terms of the scope of Madhubani painting. Right. So the next is one tiny YouTube clip that I think it's very important to understand what is the philosophy behind Madhubani painting. So the philosophy, in brief, I'll say that the parallel lines is the philosophy here, that signifies that opposites also can be together and also stay in harmony together. So I think I'll go to the next one. Yeah. So Bharti Dayal is a very prominent
आर्ट का जो फंडामेंटल प्रिंसिपल और फिलॉसफी है वो है डबल लाइनिंग बेसिकली the two separate line representing the duality in nature. The two different lines running parallel Each line has its own essence. Like Islamic Sufism, Yin and Yang in Taoism, Jain Buddhism, and classical Hinduism. The manifestation, आप ये कह सकते हैं, the opposites, the two opposites, the two running parallel lines, the two opposites are manifestation of single truth and a variation of same unifying force throughout all the nature. कितना हार्मनी है हमारे आर्ट और कल्चर में. Opposites, respect to the opposites, acceptance.
Right. So was this clear, or should I explain a little bit on this?
It's better if you can explain. It was not understandable.
Okay, sorry. Who is
Like-
saying that? I can't see who's speaking.
Kapish.
Okay.
Kapish Kashyap.
Okay, and somebody else was also saying something. Go ahead.
Also, could you like go into a bit of detail on what she meant by opposites? Like she even brought references from the yin yang, but I could not really hear it properly, so I didn't really know what she was talking about.
Okay. I'll talk about yin yang and the opposite.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So in this painting, right? So in this painting, what I've basically done is, you can see there are like many parallel lines here, right? It's not just one line, one single line, but there are many parallel lines here. These. Were you able to see that?
Yes.
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 Okay, that's what I meant by that's what she meant by many parallel lines. So when we do the detailing also, there'll be many parallel lines drawn together, right? So that we have drawn an analysis to that one line is going in one direction and the other line is going in the same direction or opposite direction. It could be either ways, right? So it could go in the same direction or it could be in the other direction also. Are you getting that point?
Yes. Yeah. Yes.
Okay, so it can mean that either you are going towards a similar goal in in any aspect of life, or you can have a conflicting view on the other aspect also. But what that signifies is that you can still exist and coexist harmoniously together. Are you getting my point in this? If you, please tell me.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. One second. I'll exit from this one. Okay. Right. And coming on to the yin and yang is the concept of Taoism, which is practiced in most parts of China. And yin and yang are like black and white. These are two different good and bad, like two opposite concepts. Yes, Kapish.
Not able. Your voice is not audible. It is going low again and again.
Am I audible now?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fine.
Should I repeat what I said?
So
It's fine. It was coming low, but it's fine.
it's fine.
Okay, so you can read about yin and yang later. That yin and yang is basically a concept of Taoism, which is practiced in a lot of parts of China. That yin and yang are two opposites, so good and bad, black and white. So there is a circle in yin and yang like a ball, and there are like two dots in the symbol. But yeah, I think you can read about it later. I'll just proceed with the next part. Yeah, is my screen visible?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay, great.
Like it's loading for me.
Can you see
It's loaded.
you can see the 3 techniques that I've put up, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll quickly try and summarize all these 3 points in like 1 or 2 minutes, and then I'll show you, and then I think we can get started with painting. So first is paint consistency. So whenever we are painting, the paint that we're having or the medium that we are using, the consistency is very important. So say for example, you've used very thick paint and then you're using it and then you're mixing it with water, but you're not entirely properly mixing it. What will happen is that on your canvas or on your sheet of paper, there will be lumps, right? And that lumps does not give a very good impression of your painting. It basically shows that the consistency is not correct. So basically, whenever you're mixing, if you have a thick paint, or at least if you're using tubes, they have very thick paints. So what you should do is mix it with a little bit of water, but mix the entire portion with water. So consistency, so that's what I mean by consistency. Now, brush type and tip. Brush type, whenever you're painting with, at least in terms of Madhubani painting, for the background, for coloring the background, I typically use flat brush so that it's easier to cover the entire base of the painting. And so basically in Madhubani painting, there are 2 steps. We first finish the base, for which we color the basic, like the way I did, yellow or green or the background part. And then we do the inside detailings of it. And in terms of tip, for doing the detailing, I would generally recommend having a very thin tip. But even if you do not have 0 number brush, you can also use 1 or 2 or 3 and see that you only use the tip of the brush. You can see the brush, right? So
Yes. I can't see.
Oh, you can't see because I've shared my screen. Okay, to stop sharing. Wait. Yeah. Now can you see my brush?
Yes, it's visible.
Yeah. So this is 0 number brush. Okay. So
0 number.
Yeah, 0 number brush. And what we do is we use the tip of the brush, not the upper part of the brush, because even if we have paint in the upper part of the brush, it's not going to be any help for us.
हेलो सर मेरा मम्मी अलग से जूम मीटिंग कर रहे
हैं. Arika, can you hear? Arika, can you hear?
Yes.
Okay, right. So this, if you can see properly here, we are only going to be using the tip of the brush, that is somewhat like only the bottom part, not the top part. It's for doing the detailings for Madhubani painting. Just give me a second.